champions for 91-92. Played 38, won 24, drawn 13, lost 1. An awesome task for the side to live up to. George Graham decides not to take part in the summer's transfer market, but the signs at pre-season training are promising. Everyone looking sharp and ready for the fray.
Over Maddox, that's Bailey! Oh, what a start from Dennis Bailey! Another fine header by Peacock. Rocastle lofts it back. Davis gets to it. Oh, Limpar and Merson, deflected goal! Goal for Arsenal. Right on the 90 minutes. It's been a long time coming for George Graham, but Paul Merson, who's been prolific against Queen's Park Rangers in the past, a rescuer here. Whips it in, oh, and it's run on for Merson! Well taken, but Luton were culpable here in the room that they allowed Merson, who swung and shot and scored. Well, one goal against a team that hasn't scored this season might be enough, but there's a chance for a second, and Alan Smith makes it two. Well, Houghton taking the opportunity here to get even greater distance. Certainly the direct route for City, aiming as ever for Quinn. White's in behind him, and Brightwell got to it before David Seaman. City in front. Well, how far can Dixon hurl it this time? Good distance. Back from Rocastle, and Smith! It's crept into the corner, and just the start that Arsenal needed to the second half, and I think a touch of good fortune in there as well. This will tell us the whole story. Smith shot, oh, and it came significantly off Keith Curle, but they can't get out of their own half. Dixon saw to that. Merson with the cross. Davis is there, wonderful save. Thomas following in, off the bar, Limpar, back of the net. Arsenal pressed and pressed, and in the end, despite the gallantry of their goalkeeper, Manchester City caved in. Davis really deserved to score with the header. Coughton denied him then. Thomas with a very tight angle, and so too Limpar, but he overcame it.
Despite those 2 victories, after 5 games, Arsenal find themselves some way off the pace, an uncustomary 12th position in the table.
Coming up to 20 minutes gone, really is a terrific atmosphere. Fueled, of course, by the great cup battle between the two clubs last season. Winterburn. Smith, first time! That's a terrific goal from Alan Smith, who swept it in with all the class of a natural finisher here. Speed. And it's given away by Strachan. And Merson sets off against Sterling. He's had plenty of joy against him in the past. And he comes out on top again. Looking for Winterburn. Smith! Arsenal have gone 2 in front. It's a second for Alan Smith, and that was just a reaction goal, really, keeping on his toes in case Winterburn miss it, which he did, and Smith swept it past Lukic. Strachan with the corner. Speed gets to it. McAllister's put it in, but the referee has blown, but it's a penalty. Gordon Strachan against David Seaman to try to bring Leeds back into it, and how about that, given the circumstances? Batty. McAllister. Chapman will reach this! And this splendid advertisement for First Division football may well end with honours even. Well, after what happened to Coventry here on the last day of last season, there's certainly room for improvement in their performance. Dixon. Oh, he's played it back! It's an own goal! Inside the first minute! Coventry still standing the test here, having been given the lead in such bizarre circumstances. And Ndlovu is past Linighan, and he's steered the ball in for a second for Coventry. And Arsenal are committing suicide here. O'Leary to take it. 2 minutes left. Adams! They've got one back. Here's the time for more.
We should have won the game 5 or 6-0. We should have been 5 up at half time. And it was just one of them things. It was a spur of the moment. That was the first kick of the ball. I think there was only about, I don't know what the actual seconds were gone on the game. I think we just got out the first minute, and I hadn't kicked the ball, and it was a warm day, and the ball was lively, the pitch was short, and Dave Seaman was off your line. End of story.
Really a chance for Crystal Palace to use this game as a barometer to see whether they are going to be capable this season of following Arsenal so closely. But Campbell has got the strength. Has he got the shots? Well, he has, with a bit of help from Perry Suckling. Rocastle. Dixon. And again, Campbell so elusive. Alan Smith! That's a glorious goal! Whenever Arsenal get the ball into wide positions, they look as though they've got more than the measure of Crystal Palace, and they can work a way through the centre here as well! Mickey Thomas with the jig of delight. Really inviting Humphrey to go for a walk here, and now for a run. And when it comes to running, Merson's got the speed. He's seen Campbell, and Arsenal have number 4. A second for Campbell. Well, the gulf so considerable. Palace below par, but Mark Bright has kept going, and at least brings a cheer to the throats of the Palace fans. Crystal Palace 1, Arsenal 4. Limpau's corner. And there's a real urgency about George Graham's men, fuelled really by the penalty miss. Adams, and it's going to drop for Linighan! And Arsenal have the lead that they deserve. The goal coming 7 minutes before half-time from really an unlikely source, but the two centre-backs making their presence felt in a joint assault, and it's Linighan's goal. Davis. So important to make the home advantage count. Indeed, to keep a clean sheet, but Merson! And Smith will double the lead! It's 2-0! With a goal of real quality. Look at the way Merson takes the ball here. And that's a warning to be fired around Europe, as it was fired at the Austria Vienna goal. Smith the scorer! So far so good on this special night for Arsenal. Campbell, Smith! It's getting better and better. Austria Vienna caught out by the long throw. Linnigan helped it on. Campbell held off the defender. Smith was facing the goal and put the ball into it. Alan Smith at the moment is enjoying a splendid spell. And Arsenal totally in control at the start of the second half, or are they? Mistake by Linnigan. Ogris! And that's what happens when you lose your concentration. An away goal for Austria Vienna. Ogris, one of a whole clutch of Austrian internationals in this side. And although it was Linnigan's mistake, it was very well finished by Ogris. Rocastle. Smith being forced away from the danger area, but he knew where Winterburn was. In turn, Merson really shouldn't have got in here, but what use he makes of the cross! Alan Smith has a hat-trick! But Arsenal can start to see again a place in the second round. Order restored in great fashion. Alan Smith, who studied foreign languages in his student days, and maybe this tournament is really tailored for him. Campbell. And Smith there again! Incredible! He's got 4, Arsenal have 5. And Campbell was unstoppable, except for the goalkeeper's raised hands, and he couldn't recover. And everything Smith touches ends in goals. Austria Vienna really now with their tails between their legs, and it may not all be over yet. Limpar. Not deterred by a difficult angle, and Arsenal have 6. They're surely through this tie after the first leg. 6-1, and Limpar gets his name on the list. Rocastle. Sheffield United played very well here last season, but still conceded 4 goals. And they're in trouble. Well, it looked that way as they tried to plug a gap that seemed to be looming large on the edge of the area. It might still be there. Here's Campbell. On Smith! It's his 11th of the season. Just as in the European tie, Campbell at the heart of its creation. Rose taking the throw this time, and a good one too. Campbell. Smith does miss kick. Oh, that's handball! Michael Lake. Clear penalty. Now Lee Dixon, who hit the bar against Austria Vienna at this very end of the ground, takes on Simon Tracy and keeps it down. 2-0. And he's very pleased about that. Forward from Bryson. Dixon caught facing his own goal, but was aware of where Linnigan was, and he too, although he was much further away, aware of the positioning of Winterburn. Well, that's too high for Smith, but it'll drop to Groves! Well, he's in the side for Anders Limpar, and that was a very Limpar-like strike. Smith. Rose with Dixon going outside him. Rose getting the better of Bryson. Rocastle, is it another one for Arsenal? It is! It took a deflection along the way, but David Rocastle with 11 minutes to go to half-time. 4-0. One thing about Dave Bassett's teams is they do keep going. And Bryson trying to catch Arsenal overcommitted in attack. And he's gone a long way, Ian Bryson, pushed out by Seaman, Ogana coming in! And Sheffield United sweep the length of the field to make it 4-1. Just at times in the second half, the concentration hasn't been absolutely total for Arsenal. But Campbell, that's a very popular goal indeed. He's had a very good week. And it's 5-1. Seaman's coming and not claiming, and Clive Mendonca. It's only a statistical addition really, 5-2, and Arsenal have rather slackened in the second half.
Despite hammering 5 past Sheffield United, George Graham still decided to invest £2.5 million on the lightning pace and clinical finishing of Crystal Palace and England striker Ian Wright.
I think it was the right move at this stage in my career. I think a club of Arsenal's like stature, I think it's the only club I would have left Crystal Palace and gone to in England. So, you know, the way it's gone, it's worked out really well.
Yeah, I think everybody was surprised because with Alan Smith, Kevin Campbell, Merson, with a lot of very, very good forwards, Limpar, and I think everybody was surprised when I out for Ian Wright. But when Kevin Campbell got injured in the first couple of weeks of the season, I realised then that we missed him badly, and I thought, I looked around for somebody who was really exciting, and I think Ian Wright is a very exciting player.
The impact on and off the pitch was immediate.
Arsenal once or twice trying to be a little too intricate, but Davis recognising the need to spread it a little bit, Wright slipping, but shooting and scoring! He's been out on the pitch in Arsenal colours for some 44 minutes only, and he's doing what comes naturally, and genuine congratulations from his new teammates. He'll find he's in a very tightly knit dressing room with great spirit, and he's very much part of Arsenal now. Ian Wright, a goal on his debut. Corner is given off O'Leary. Tommy Wright to take it. It's the last minute. Oh, Walsh! Well, the last way you'd expect Arsenal to concede a goal. Joy for Leicester, 1-1. Steve Walsh, unmarked. On by Shearer, and Dowie coming in to give Adams and Seaman a problem. Goalkeeper took the responsibility, and thanks to Limpar, Rocastle's got a lot of room in which to work here. Wright going to the right. On Rocastle! Rocastle's goal, and Ian Wright played a major part in it. And David Lee pressed rather abruptly by Winterburn, but nothing given. And there's no offside. Ian Wright! They have a new hero, the Arsenal fans. Smith, that's a great touch. In behind the defenders, and they can't catch Wright, he's got two! Well, he seems to be producing his own scripts. Dowie couldn't get his head to it. Merson, Ian Wright finding freedom again. Arsenal playing like champions. Limpar has threaded it through for Smith. And in comes Wright, is it the hat-trick? This is a personal fairy tale for the £2.5 million man from Crystal Palace. A goal at Leicester in midweek and a hat-trick on his First Division debut for Arsenal. Astonishing.
I still, when my brothers and that, we went to my mum's the other day and we was watching it, and I still get funny watching it. I think it's someone else, like, you know, it's a story of someone else. You know, I couldn't believe it. You know, the boys made so much chances for me though.
So, with the added ingredient of the right stuff, Arsenal lift themselves into third spot in the table with 10 games gone. Away from the league, it's the European Cup.
"13 minutes to go, Sturger takes it and scores! Well, David Seaman never likes conceding any goal, but 6-2 on aggregate in Arsenal's favour. He can be philosophical. Now Dixon, who of course was coveted by Arsenal in the past, and you can see why. Terry Dixon, Graham Lasso, a goal for Chelsea. Jones, looking for Dixon again, and he's got the ball fairly enough. Wise with the cross. Jones, Lasso, Wise coming in, and it falls for Wilson, and it's 2-0 with 19 minutes gone. Dixon just waiting for movement in the centre. Was that handball by Jones? It was, and Arsenal, just when they needed some help, have got a helping hand from Vinnie Jones. It's a critical penalty for Lee Dixon, and Hitchcock went the right way, but the ball was too well directed, too well struck. It's Limpar to take the corner when he gets his balance right. Smith, the goal! And it's Wright who's claiming that he got the last touch from Smith's header. Smith jumping for it, well met by Elliott. And Chelsea certainly needing him at the moment and trying to maintain their application. The 2-goal lead has disappeared. Here's Campbell. Oh, a box from the blue! But Arsenal eventually, it's taken them 70 minutes to take the lead. And still, in these early minutes of the second half, the goals on the score sheet of the tie overall came at Filbert Street, one apiece. Arsenal recognising the need to bring some pattern into their play. Campbell, Dixon, Wright's gone to the near post and deflected it in. His 6th goal for Arsenal. It's only his 4th game for the club. Leicester retreating in the face of Kevin Campbell. Merson is through, and that has made sure of it. Here at Highbury they joke that Paul Merson can beat players for fun. He's got such natural talent, and you saw it then. Merson now quite rightly of England as well as Arsenal.
Missed completely by Webb. Rocastle, a central figure again, and he looks to trick Schmeichel. It is in! A goal for Arsenal. David Rocastle via the bar, and I think the back of the Manchester United goalkeeper. A goal greatly appreciated on the Arsenal bench. David David Rocastle. It's been a renaissance for him this season after a couple of years when he's really been out of sorts. But this was vintage Rocastle, getting the better of Robson to start with. Seeing where Schmeichel was, knocking the ball over him, off the bar, off the goalkeeper and in. It's only a matter of seconds plus stoppage time. Giggs, Robson, Bruce I think got the final touch. Steve Bruce, 1-1 win. Arsenal will feel that they were caught short at the short corner. Robson might have scored, Bruce did.
Back in Europe,
But now it's Isaias. No offside. Benfica are in front. And that really has rocked Arsenal back on their heels. Testing times for Arsenal now. Rocastle. Oh, that's a marvellous pass to Campbell! The goal that Benfica got has been cancelled out in superb fashion. 1-1. Well, that split the defence and the shot was sure. Benfica 1, Arsenal 1. Furlong allowed to turn. And he tricked Adams as well. Seaman can only push it out. Gallagher! And West Ham, having soaked up the pressure like a sponge, breaking forward now with Bishop and Breaker. Small is square of him. Here he is, Mike Small. Oh, he scored! A goal to stun Arsenal.
that home defeat by West Ham, arguably the worst result of the season, still leaves Arsenal in 5th position. But they're now 7 points adrift of leaders Manchester United.
Davis with the corner. Oh, the goalkeeper stranded. Colin Tates, his first goal in Arsenal's colours. And a splendid time to strike. Neno, the goalkeeper, was culpable here. Tates spun and shot and scored. Duran's header. Isaias, they're all about him. The scorer in Lisbon has made it 1-1 in the second leg as well.
With no further score in normal time, there was plenty for George Graham to think about. We rejoin the match in its first extra period.
What a night of incredible intensity this has become. Oh, Smith letting that tension get to him. Isaias, and here's Duran. Kulkov! A terrible blow for Arsenal. Rocastle. Adams! And then Davis, blocked by Kulkov. With Arsenal needing 2 more goals, well, Adams will perhaps rue the opportunity here to get one of them. It was gilt-edged and he sliced it onto the post, and when Davis fired it back, Kulkov, who just scored for Benfica, blocked it. Arsenal's dreadful difficulties now, which are about to be increased, because that surely means that Benfica are through, and Isaias, who's been a torturer throughout, has fashioned another fantastic goal.
In the 90 minutes, I thought we're the better team, with the better chances, and we should have won it. In extra time, I thought they were the better side, and they got the goals when it mattered. And I think that clouded a lot of people's opinion of the game, because I didn't think Benfica were that good. I think an Arsenal on form, we've been good enough to handle Benfica with no problem, and it didn't surprise me that it didn't qualify.
Sharp, hoisting it forward. Marshall will jump for this. Palmer timed his run well. Marshall in the centre. Barlow's there as well. (1-0) to Oldham. On a day when Arsenal badly need something after their run of 3 successive defeats in 3 different competitions. Dixon, time is running out. Groves and Wright! They've got something! So Ian Wright, after Dixon had got it right to Groves here, this is a terrific angle on a marvellous equaliser. Sheridan takes it, and Seaman gets to it, but Hurst has followed up! Hillier. And still Hillier. He's poked it forward to where Wright will collect. Smith in the centre. And Bold is there as well, and unmarked! 1-1. And Steve Bold lays something of a Hillsborough ghost, because a couple of seasons ago he scored an own goal here after 14 seconds, I think it was. It was the only goal of the game. Arsenal lost because of it, but he pays back the debt. The longer it goes on, the more frustrating it's becoming for Arsenal, as we've moved now into December after the winless November. Right! Can he do it this time? He has done! And he's hurt. Well, there's total pleasure there, but it's mixed with pain here. This may well be Ian Wright's last contribution to the match, but a crucial contribution. He looked Eric Torsved in the eye and then threaded the ball between his legs. Well, Spurs had the capacity to shut out Arsenal in the 2 league meetings last season. They took great satisfaction from that. Embroidered, of course, with the FA Cup semi-final success, which was so spectacular. But today, it's Arsenal's day. Limpar. And there might be more to come. It's Campbell. 2-0! And the switch has paid off with Limpar coming on to excellent effect, and Kevin Campbell, who loves playing through the middle and is at his most dangerous in this role, as he shows once again. He's such a muscular young man, and although Tottenham had players around him, they couldn't close down on him, they couldn't control him, and this was the outcome.
And the first one was good because I was carrying a little bit of a thigh injury, you know, and it was live on the telly and everything, and it was Tottenham, and you know, I wanted to. I can't remember scoring against Tottenham. I think that's the first time I scored against them, so it was good to score it for Arsenal.
We went at it from the start, and Ian Wright got the first. Then Anders Limpar put me through, and I think it was about 2 players on a shot and outside box, and it went in, which was very pleasing to score from that far out, especially against Tottenham.
Here's Bold. In trouble. Linnigan in trouble as well. Crosby. And it comes for Woan! It flew in! First blood to Forest. Woan takes it on. Sheringham to his right, Clough to his left. He uses Sheringham. And Crosby. And it's followed up and in by a jubilant Teddy Sheringham. 2-0. Well, Arsenal badly needing a result, and it's looking way beyond them at the moment. Gary Charles, Boulders missed out, Sheringham, and here's Scott Gamble. He's lobbed Seaman superbly. Clough. That's neatly down by Gamble to Rocastle. Smith holding in position to try and stay onside. And in the end, acting as a decoy as Merson comes into the space and clips it just inside the far post. Well, Arsenal still with something to offer, and it was a marvellously judged goal from Paul Merson. Arsenal with something to fight for now. Winterburn. Broken up by Charles. Hillier got it back initially for Arsenal. Smith coming across the line, and Alan Smith got free. 3-2. And what a finish. Now for a game that looked beyond Arsenal at 3-0. Still 12 minutes to go. And Forest falling apart at the moment. Alan Smith punishes them. Who have the free kick, and Sheedy. Beardsley on to Johnston. Oh, Beardsley going in, and Robert Barshika left all alone to score from some 5 yards. The Swedish international then to take the corner that he earned himself. And it's turned in by Ian Wright for an equaliser, which is an instant response from Arsenal. They've been behind for barely a minute. And the set piece did the trick. Everton couldn't cope with it at the near post. And off Wright's body and in. Beardsley. Limpar had held his position, looked along the line to stay onside. And a clinical goal for Arsenal for Wright again. No complaints from Everton as to whether the linesman was correct in his judgment here. They've accepted the punishment for playing too square at the back. And Limpar attacking at speed, but looking up, that was the crucial thing, to see where Wright was. He found him, and he found the back of the net. Looked out by Harper. Beardsley. Elusive work from him. Well, there's not a great deal of size in the Everton ranks, but there's plenty of mobility. Oh, and terrible marking from Arsenal. Mo Johnston. Well, that's what he's been brought to do, but Arsenal have given him a helping hand. Dixon. Well, to get the pass away, and what a dangerous pass it's turned out to be. Limpar. And Wright has stroked home a hat-trick for Arsenal. A terrific first half here at Highbury, but Limpar is leading Everton a merry dance. He's set up all three for Ian Wright, and it's 3-2 to Arsenal. Smith always aware of the positioning of other players, and in this game all the Arsenal team aware of what Limpar can do. He really is in an impish mood. It's the same story. Limpar to Wright, goal for Arsenal, 4 of them now. Well, Ian Wright will grab the headlines for a marvellous showing of opportunism, but Limpar has been the perfect provider.
Yeah, that was down to Anders, all of them really. He put all 4 of them on a plate for me. You know, I just had to get in the box and be there, you know, and he done well for me that day, because I didn't play particularly well. You know, I didn't play well at all, and he done well for me, Anders.
Now Oakes, we're moving towards the last 10 minutes. Oh, that's a great pass! And Mick Harford has done the rest for Luton! Hughes.
Reed's there for the simple pass. Brightwell. Quinn. Hoping to get it down for White, and come for David White now. Can he keep the run going? He has done. David White.
This is Dave. He's shopping, but he'd rather be somewhere else. If you're an Arsenal season ticket holder who can't make it to the game, there's always someone out there who can. All you have to do is log on to the official Arsenal website and follow the links for the ticket exchange, and you can help other club members like Dave get to the game and make sure there isn't a spare seat in the Emirates. It's safe, secure and convenient, and you'll get 90% of the ticket value reimbursed back against your next season ticket renewal. Plus, Dave gets to see his beloved Arsenal. If you're a member and haven't got a ticket for the match, there still may be tickets available on the Arsenal Ticket Exchange. For more information, visit www.arsenal.com/membership.
EDF Energy, supplying energy to millions of homes and businesses.
If you can't get to the next Arsenal game in person, get the next best thing, Arsenal TV online. It's the only way to follow every Arsenal game live from anywhere in the world. Our coverage starts an hour before kick-off. The build-up includes a pre-match interview with Arsene Wenger, highlights of our last match, the fans' verdict, then live, uninterrupted commentary from the match itself with me, Dan Roebuck, plus analysis from an Arsenal legend. There's a live picture show from Premier League home games, and you can play your part too by emailing our commentary team during the game. When the final whistle goes, we keep going. Stay online to see the first post-match interviews and email an Arsenal legend during our post-match chat show. You can even win a prize in our exclusive competitions. That's 3.5 hours of live exclusive coverage every minute of every game, everywhere. So subscribe now and enjoy the ultimate matchday experience online.
The teams occupying first and second place in the championship, head to head, the last match of the season for the league championship.
I think this one has a special meaning for Arsenal. I know they were legends.
So a night of chilling simplicity about it, really. Arsenal must win by 2 goals to take the title.
Yeah, I watched it on telly a couple of times. My dad's a Liverpool fan, so he was gutted.
It was just an amazing night, and I can certainly remember my goal, you know, like it was yesterday, glancing it in.
And Smith! And Arsenal have scored!
Everybody remembers where they were that day, and everybody remembers that game. It's a finish that I don't think will ever happen again in football.
It's a game of chess, first move, show your hand, and it's down to me. I just knew I'll score.
Thomas! It's up for grabs now! Thomas! Right at the end!
It's always a great feeling when you score, when you make the winner or something, so imagine when it means you will win the league. Everyone loves them, so we all hope here we can do the same with this team.
Adams. Winterburn. Oh, that's a stray one against his old club. And Miller has scored! Well, Arsenal really made a mess of that. Rocastle. Here's Hillier. Oh, he's cut Wimbledon apart, and Martin has equalised. It was a very snappy piece of finishing, but prior to that, let's applaud the work here of David Hillier. He'll put it right to Merson's feet, and it's 1-1.
1 point from a possible 9 over the Christmas and New Year period, a poor sequence. But with the FA Cup around the corner, perhaps a chance to salvage something from a disappointing season.
Hillier. Merson against Sertori. Past Sertori. Smith's waiting, and Alan Smith brings Arsenal a goal that has an air of inevitability about it. They've dominated this first half, and they've had to wait here until a minute before half-time to get their just desserts. Gordon Davis was jostling. It's Thomas. Goal! Wrexham have equalised! 8 minutes left! Now Davis. Oh, Adams has lost it! Oh, Watkin! Arsenal are stunned by this! Seaman launches it. Adams is in there. Groves too. Adams again. Oh, Carter! No! It's not going to count. And for the life of me, I can't spot why. Still 2-1 to Wrexham. The game goes on with Rocastle. Good save, excellent save from Campbell. Came off Merson. Smith with some neat control. Carter for Smith. Nicely delivered. Good turn. Seeley's there again. Still haven't got it clear. Winterburn. Rocastle. Merson. Well, the Arsenal supporters like that. What they'd like to see much more, though, is a goal. Side so short in that respect, and it nearly changed with Smith taking up a clever position at the near post. Carter. Spread wide by Campbell to Merson. The link up with Winterburn, and the save by Stejskal. Rosenthal. He's past Winterburn. He's past Bold. Oh, and Parler has bowled him over. It's a clear-cut penalty, and poor Ray Parler, who's certainly not looked out of place here in the First Division. Right on half-time. Imperative for Liverpool, and Mulvey answers the call. Well, it's good to see Adams consoling Parler then. Saunders, Houghton's taking it on, and it could be 2 for Liverpool, it is.
When the game starts, you don't really think about the crowd so much. You just get on with the game and you want to play well yourself. But obviously it does come into your mind, like play at times like half time and things like that. You think, oh well, I'm at Anfield here and all that. But obviously, I was quite pleased with David, except like the penalty I gave away. But obviously, they weren't too bothered about that.
And here's Webb for McClare. Ince alongside him. And now trying to get ahead of him. Oh, McClare's got a tap in. And Manchester United take the lead at Highbury in the 28th minute. No offside. Ian Wright. Pallister played him on. Rocastle's in the centre. Rocastle, 1-1. Delight for Arsenal with a minute left in the first half. And the team that has been playing on the counter-attack has been caught on the counter-attack. Ian Wright got it right in his positioning and in the cross which arrowed towards Rocastle. And David Rocastle, who scored so splendidly at Manchester United's expense at Old Trafford in October, has given the return game here a different complexion.
8 games without a win. Arsenal in 8th spot, and the fans wondering where the next 3 points are coming from. Only an amazing end-of-season charge could propel Arsenal back into contention for Europe.
Winterburn, Arsenal have started well here at Meadow Lane. Thomas. Oh, Thomas and Turner waited, hesitated, and they've lost the goal because of it to Alan Smith. Well, Smith, who played so well against Manchester United last week, praised by the United manager Alex Ferguson for his showing, and he was right on the spot here after a disaster between Thomas and Turner for Notts County. Notts County 0, Arsenal 1. Touched onto the bar by Cherry, and Merson, who, as we've seen all season, is prepared to shoot anywhere within range, and that was a cracking effort. Butterworth, first time high, and Sutton got to it, and Fox reacted very quickly. Arsenal a goal behind. Rule Fox. Here's Dixon. Oh, the flag has stayed down. It's Merson. Well, the goalkeeper hesitated and was lost. Lee Dixon played it into space, and Merson was the first to fill that space onside and looping it delightfully over a goalkeeper who was a little slow to come. Nicely weighted by Merson, good support from Winterburn. Well, it came off Palmer and then off Warhurst and fell perfectly for Alan Smith. Well, Sheffield Wednesday were on the retreat here and facing his own goal. Carlton Palmer could only prod it on. Warhurst couldn't deal with it either, and Smith stepped in. Hurst, still Hurst, Wellington! 1-1. Campbell. Oh! Well, you talk about the Gunners. That was heavy artillery indeed. Kevin Campbell with an inspired turn and a fearsome shot. Winterburn. Arsenal have taken a while to get going here, but they're really in full cry now. Warhurst. This is Limpar! And it's 3-1. Wright working hard down the left-hand side. And Limpar's shot just veered away into the corner. Wright has got him behind them again. And he slipped Hurst. Campbell's in the centre! It's another one! Ian Wright yet again working very hard in the team cause, and Campbell climbed and just about connected. There's panic in Sheffield Wednesday's ranks now. Merson! Well, everything that they're trying is coming off, and take a bow, Paul Merson. That was arrogant and exceptional. Limpar. Every Arsenal player wanting to be involved. This is Campbell. Woods can't hold it. Right! At last gets some personal glory for all the unselfish work he's put in this purple patch here at Highbury. And there's nothing that the England goalkeeper can do to stop the goal still going past him. Limpar is behind King. 2 for Limpar, and Arsenal have 7. Limpar held his position, was clearly onside, on the blind side of King, and he couldn't have placed it better. Naim with a chance to play it in. Oh, Stewart's unmarked! Stewart has scored! Allen. Stewart's cross. Oh, and Lineker took it from Jury against the bar. Jury must score! He's missed it! A minute left. Oh, miscontrol by Mabbutt. Campbell, and Wright has equalised in the nick of time for Arsenal. The most uncharacteristic slip by the Tottenham captain. Torsvet pushed it out, but not away from Wright, who was right on the spot. Limpar. 2 to take on. Hillier and Limpar. Oldham are opened up here. Ian Wright looks at the linesman, but the goal stands. Well, in the past, those who have criticised Arsenal have pointed to the long ball game and a direct approach, but for short, intricate passing, this is hard to beat, really. Here supporting Limpar, and then right there to claim the goal. Off the head of Smith. Hallworth in trouble by Adams. Smith is there again. And Hallworth's punch. Dixon was balked on the edge of the area. The referee lets the game go on. Sharp's in trouble. Hillier. It must be in. It is. It's Marson. Scoring from right on the line. 2-0. And pressure paying off here. Clever work by Hillier, who might have had the goal for himself, but it's Merson's. Ritchie, Adams didn't know where the ball was. Rocastle. Now Henry. Oh, Ritchie will reach it! 2-1. Andy Ritchie for Oldham. Slater trying to stop Dixon coming forward, but he delivered the ball, glanced on by Smith. West Ham appeals that Wright might have handled there, but it's Ian Wright! And he drilled it past McCloshko at the near post. This is what worried West Ham, but there was no evidence of a hand being used there. And Wright beat Gale again before scoring. Merson, still Wright. 2 for Ian Wright, and 2 for Arsenal. On both occasions he's got past McCloshko on the near side. Well, won by Chris White, who of course knows Highbury pretty well. Cantona, very strong. Chapman trying to make some space for him. Here's Batty, following into Winterburn, who goes to remonstrate with the referee, who lets the game go on, and Nigel Winterburn is out of position. It's Rodney Wallace. Winterburn trying to get there. Chapman does and scores! He comes back to Highbury with a goal. Nice work between Merson and Dixon. Stopped by Batty. Wallace having to join the defending. Arsenal looking very determined here. Adams. Good control from Wright. Merson. Leeds look for an offside, but Arsenal look to celebrate the equaliser. Merson, the persistence has paid off. And really the game, which was very frustrating in the first half, is having a finish worthy of the two teams involved, and Arsenal having a major say, 1-1. And eventually David O'Leary was there playing a part as well, And Merson confronted Lukic, his old colleague, and beat him. Oh, and Wimbledon have moved out. And there's no flag from the linesman. Ray Parlour! His first goal for Arsenal. The first minute here at Selhurst Park. And Wimbledon are left fuming. But Parlour has a moment to savour. Now Merson. Well, the goal has obviously played a part in it, but Arsenal are very brisk starting here. Oh, and they've got another one in right. And once more, Wimbledon are left standing like a line of statues, all with the same pose. An arm upraised, but the linesman wasn't doing the same with the flag in his hand. And Ian Wright took full advantage, 2-0. Here's Sanchez. Robbie Earle jumping with bold, it drops to Miller. Oh, is in behind Arsenal. 2-1. Oh, Campbell! Well, the two-goal cushion is restored for Arsenal. And Anders Limpar got the cross in quickly. And it falls Barton, and Campbell beats Sagers.
I just couldn't believe it. My first touch of the ball, really, and obviously the manager said about they come up, push up quickly, and the first goal kicked me out, and they all really run up, and we run through me and Ian Wright, and obviously I thought he wasn't going to square it, but he did, and I was well pleased when I scored.
It's a clever ball from Dixon. Ran on from Rocastle. Limpar cutting in and cut down by Ian Wone. A penalty for Arsenal. One number 11 trips the other. The job is Dixon's. The goal is Dixon's. Sending Marriott the other way. 1-0. Dixon's clearance. Picked up by Rocastle. Gemmell gets a foot in, now Black. Sheringham. Ian Wone, who caught Arsenal out with his shooting at the City Ground and does it again here. Spectacularly. Forest finishing this first half with a flourish. Nigel Clough, maybe more to come. Oh, it's looped up and Seaman was stranded. Clough's goal. Sheringham, well found by Nigel Clough. Sheringham making space for his shot and Seaman couldn't hold it. And the result is Roy Keane, 3-1. Just over 5 minutes to go. Adams spending more and more time forward. Here's Liderson. Oh, Merson! It wasn't an easy ball to hit, but Merson mastered that at a crucial time. The substitute from Norway, Liderson, playing his part, and Arsenal have a sniff of it again. Dixon to take the free kick. Smith, free header, well saved, but Marriott didn't have much luck because Tony Adams has given this thrilling game a conclusion really in keeping with the excitement we've had all along. It's been marvellous to watch at Highbury, and it's going right to the last. Tony Adams, 3-3. This is where he's so strong, and I would venture to say that in that type of position there's no one harder to handle in the First Division. And Kevin Campbell lofted forward into his stride by Limpar, and Campbell tucked it away.
9 games unbeaten now, and the side beginning to grow in confidence. 4th place in the table and chasing hard.
Right, he's onside, he's brought down by Alathorn. Norwich are furious, but the penalty's been given. So no Lee Dixon, Ian Wright takes on the job. Norwich City 0, Arsenal 1. Here's Leaderson. Campbell setting off. Well, it hit him on the back of the heel, but Campbell made the most of his luck. 2-0. In some ways a strange goal. As the ball is hit long by Leaderson, Campbell trying to let it run, and in fact it flicks off his left heel into his stride though. Walton might have done better on the near post. Bowen in the end playing it short to Beckford. And he looks for Beckford again. Saved by Seaman, tucked away by Ian Butterworth. Polston having trouble with the bounce, and Arsenal are away here through Rocastle. Wright herring up with him, and Rocastle has found him beautifully. That makes sure for Arsenal. Ian Wright, his second of the game, and this a classically engineered counter-attack. The work off the ball by Wright made the pass possible. Certainly Rocastle was up to that task. And Wright, having got in, had a good look and made absolutely sure. Harris Massing on the far side. That was Young. Oh, Coleman! They're queuing up at the far post. Mutton! So Arsenal have levelled it. Now a big vote of thanks here to Ian Wright, who was too elusive for his old club. And Campbell came towards the cross, but it went beyond him, and Merson squeezed it beyond Nigel Martin. Humphrey, Campbell, oh Mason, chips it! Well, you have to say, in footballing terms, that was the goal of a genius. Paul Mason, who made such a great impression last month with England in Czechoslovakia. But look at this. He knew what he had to do. It was difficult, it's done. To say that if Arsenal had played like this in the first half of the season, the championship would probably be theirs. They're in form now, and Kevin Campbell epitomises that. Well, Palace half appealed for handball, but Masson's got his hat-trick. And runs straight to the provider of the third. Eric Young and Andy Thorne are a well-respected pair at this level in the First Division, but Campbell is running them ragged, and Merson has made up the ground, not standing and watching, and he gets, as a reward, a hat-trick. Well, Sheffield United, renowned for their menace at set plays. Gale making his run, has gone over him, but Davison got there! Arsenal trying trying to provide some movement as Winterburn hoists it. Smith got away at the far post. Campbell! Well, two teams who've come into this match in excellent form. And Arsenal level it now with Campbell. Limpar just stealing a mark on Barnes. Leaderson. It's a fine ball for Campbell. And Tanner has to put it into the North Bank. Corner to Arsenal. 6 minutes gone. Oh, Marsh has lost it. Hilliard seized on the chance and drilled it past Hooper. Mike Marsh won't be too happy with this. He wanted to take a touch, couldn't do it, and Hilliard wasted no time. Limpar. Ian Wright setting off, and Limpar's found him. He's onside. Wright with the air of a man who expects to score and has done. Here's Merson. Jones holding him up. With Campbell. Hooper did well. Albert. Liverpool not at all functioning as they would hope at the moment. That's right shot. Hooper working overtime. Now turning into Winterburn. The greater appetite here is Arsenal's, quite clearly. And Ian Rush has to join into the line of defenders then. Limpar. What's he trying? Oh, that's one that you'll never forget. A privilege to see such a goal. Few players would have even thought of this, and even fewer could have done it. Anders Limpar. Sometimes after a team has dominated the first half, as Arsenal did here, the second half can become an anticlimax. Well, here's your answer. That's not going to be the case, because Ian Wright has made it 4. We've only had 2 minutes since the break. It's his 28th goal of the season. And Merson made it possible by dropping it over the top of this almost punch-drunk Liverpool now. Hooper, Grobbelaar style, came out, couldn't get there, and tantalisingly it rolled beyond Tanner. 4-0. Missed by Bold. Saunders. Oh, Barnes! And Seaman was given the chance to make the save because Barnes put his shot down into the ground. Houghton to take the corner. Mulby. Barnes! He's had some great memories of this ground in the past, but he won't want to dwell on today for too long. Liverpool were here just over 2 weeks ago for the FA Cup semi-final against Portsmouth. Hilliard! Well, really, you can look back at David Hilliard's early strike and say that he set the tone, and the others have followed so willingly. And Liverpool, as they say, just haven't been at the races. Right, the hat-trick's on! Well, stopped by Mike Hooper. George Graham calling for more. On the North Bank, they're directing their chance at Barnes while looking at Campbell. Wright couldn't get that. Limpar! Well, after his first half goal, maybe in the end, can't expect everything to go your way, but it was another first-timer of real class. Jones calling for the throw quickly from Stewart. Cascarino made it his! Dennis Wise! This a day when Arsenal have to be looking for victory to keep the pressure on Sheffield Wednesday. They're a goal down. We're into the last 3 minutes. Lissot's header. Dixon. Lofted high by Rocastle. Dixon! Oh! A brilliant goal by Dixon. Has it come too late? It's 1-1. And Lee Dixon will want to watch this over and over again. It's been a very tough season for Southampton, but they've survived it with their place in the elite intact, despite being hammered at the Dell earlier in the season by Arsenal on Ian Wright's league debut. Here's Wright now! Well, the flag is up. That must have been very close indeed. As Merson took it on, and then just delicately with the outside of the foot put it in to right stride, offside. Shearer. Now Hillier. Well, it is an occasion really with a carnival feel to it. Alan Smith. The shot not matching the approach work, which was delightful. Oh, Smith! He's round fouls. No, he's not. Smith guides it down. Hillier. And Wright! I think the shot was going wide, but it's a corner. Taken by Merson. Kevin Campbell's goal. That's really where strikers earn their living, in the 6-yard box. And Campbell just got his head to it, enough to give Arsenal the lead. Benali with the throw. Tissier getting into the centre, and Cockrell! They weren't looking for him. Southampton are level. Campbell climbing with Hall and getting a second header. Merson taking on Benali. And Benali pushes him down. It's a penalty. Lee Dixon has allowed Ian Wright to step up here to add to his tally. That's 29 in all competitions this season, 27 of them in the First Division. Met by Benali. Flowers from Hillier. Tim Flowers, one of the most improved goalkeepers in the First Division. Smith! Well, the ball just drifted beyond Steve Bold, who might have been Merson's target. And Smith got to it and glanced it in under the bar. 3-1. Well, a spot of juggling right on the line there by Seaman. The linesman has let the game go on, and Seaman has used the ball most profitably. Wright is away. Ian Wright going for glory! Well, Arsenal have produced in the last couple of months a catalogue of great goals, and this is the latest, and some might argue the best. Wright seemed to have no second thoughts here, after Seaman had picked him out with a throw from right on the Arsenal goal line, and then it's beyond the Southampton line in the back of their net. And Smith, and Wright has a hat-trick. He's done it for Southampton again. 2 goals in the last minute of his season. And Arsenal are finishing on the highest of notes, 5-1. And really, you do feel that if the season had gone on another couple of weeks, you'd be looking here at the champions. And Ian Wright, that's 29 in the league alone. Well, the season is over at Highbury. Arsenal will finish fourth in the table, and with news from Old Trafford that Gary Lineker has scored one, but only one, Ian Wright finishes as the top goal scorer in the First Division, 29 to his name.
I can't believe it's the way it's gone, honestly. I just can't. Cheers, boys. I love you as well.
The goals?
The penalty, as soon as I got the penalty, I was just confident like that, because I thought I'd already done the hard work. Dave Sidney said he was going to let it go out of play, but thank God he didn't, you know. He just threw it and I just said, right, this is it, right. I'm just going for goal. As soon as I got it and I knocked it, saw Terry Ollock coming, and I don't care, even if what he done, I would not have fallen over, because the guy who came on, he was limping. So I said, I'll just get to him, knock it inside him and shoot, and it just went in. The last one came off my shin. I thought Smudge was going to score, and I was just walking towards it, and it came across, and as I was waiting for the goal, he went down, and it came off there, my shin, and went in the other side. That's how much I feel I was destined to win it, because it came from my shin and went in. I was emotional at the end, I was nearly crying.
Despite that astonishing end-of-season run, unbeaten in the last 17 games, Arsenal are pipped at the post for a place in Europe. They finished fourth, but with hopes high for next season.
I remember saying when I first joined Arsenal that my ambition at the club would be to be challenging for honours, and I think we have. And I think we're now, the expectations of the present Arsenal team are that we're expected to, be competing for championships and for the other major cup competitions. And I think we will be next season again. And that's the only thing I can promise. You can never ever promise you're going to win them, but that's the target, is to win them. But we will be there or thereabouts, and I would think them, hopefully them all, but definitely one or two. I'd like to say that I'd like some new faces, just a little bit of fresh blood in. Definitely 2 or 3 new faces. I think it's always important. It gives everybody a little lift. I think Ian Wright coming to the club gives everybody a lift. And I think we can get 2 or 3 new faces next season, which even although we've had a very good run with the squad of players that I have, that's not really fooled me. I still think there's 1 or 2 positions we need to strengthen. We've managed to put this run together and playing some fantastic attacking football. Not like the Arsenal's reputation, but really good to watch, really attractive to watch. And I've had a lot of correspondence from a lot of fans saying how well the boys have played, and it's the manner in which we've won the games with some outstanding goals.